We only had a passing acquaintance.
I'm not acquainted with my father's girlfriends.
How do you propose? I have an acquaintance who deals in these matters.
The others die off so quickly we don't have time to get acquainted.
Listen, maybe we can go somewhere and get acquainted?
Mr. Vole, at the time that you made the acquaintance of
Emiliano Zapata, one of my oldest
Darling, get
acquaintances.
acquainted. You two are going to make history.
I'm fine to make any acquaintances.
I see you've made Monique's acquaintance.
It's not long, but I'm choosing you.
He was such a polite man. You know, we only had a passing acquaintance on the stairs, you know.
I'm not acquainted with my father's girlfriends.
Okay, Miss Lineker. Let's just relieve him of it. How do you propose? I have an acquaintance who deals in these matters. Tell Monte Cristo you'll get his ship.
Wounded. The others die off so quickly we don't have time to get acquainted.
You'll get to know us.
We spoke earlier today. Hi.
Listen, maybe we can go somewhere and get acquainted? Russell, why don't you get to know the crew?
Vole withstand it. Mr. Vole, at the time that you made the acquaintance of Mrs. French, were you employed?
No, sir.
I found him for you. Don Emiliano Zapata, one of my oldest acquaintances.
I think we know each other.
Give her once over. Darling, get acquainted. You two are going to make history. Robinson, come on.
Do you have fun? Do you make any acquaintances?
There was a boy.
Ricky. I see you've made Monique's acquaintance.
A number of times, yes. She's a...
Our acquaintance is not long, but I'm choosing you because I know no other young woman.
Last 18 months. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance at long last. Did they tell you were going on leave?
Yeah, this acquaintance of mine had a store in Harlem, and it was the same name, Carter. Everybody uses...
Have a talk here, while the rest of you get acquainted in the library.
I'm so pleased to make your acquaintance.
But is he acquainted with the personalities of the pre-Renaissance Firenze? I think not.
Jordan, Jean-Jacques Sorel. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you.
It's not important.
Fuck. I have an acquaintance out in California who produces, and he's doing some comedy shows on television.
You are Mr. Turner, the illustrious painter, and I am greatly honored to make your acquaintance. My apologies.
Be honored, ma'am.
I'm glad to make your acquaintance, ma'am.
Howdy, ma'am.
I want you to fill it with people. Start with casual acquaintances, friends of friends, folks around the office.
Now that you have had the opportunity to become acquainted with Miss Austen yourself, I am sure you will find as...
A good one? I'm well acquainted with doctors, but it is kind of you to ask. I'd better go. I'm really not surprised that you...
Miss Abby. Listen, I don't know what my acquaintance did to upset you, but it's nothing to do with me.
Well, we'd certainly be interested in making his acquaintance, but without knowing what he's going to do.
Good morning, Jane.
Mr. Twistle, Chris Gardner.
Hi.
Hey, I wanted to drop this off to you personally and make your acquaintance. I thought I'd catch you on the way in.
Tell me about it. Lieutenant, I take it that you're acquainted with the covenants of the Geneva Convention. Then you must know that we...
To deny you.
I am well acquainted with His Grace's generosity.
The reason I was meeting Andre was that an acquaintance of mine, George Grassfield, had called me and just
Last establishment. Although I do not believe any acquaintance among our number had proceeded beyond the polite nods we exchanged.
I don't think I'll take in that movie tonight. I'll kind of busy getting acquainted and sewing on shoulder patches.
Why'd they have to put us in different companies?
Not entirely unacquainted with the achievements of the American stage in the past decade.
I have understood from Mr. Jodson that you are acquainted with the plight of the Amistad Africans. If that is true, then you are...
Your wife's involvement in this. There must have been something in the past. Your friend and acquaintance.
That's what his friends are saying. I'm afraid I assumed he was knocked off by an acquaintance. Maybe somebody we had a drink with. Is that what you...
The car out for a little spin. That'll give you a better opportunity to get acquainted with our other friends.
Drake, a private investigator of Miss Jennifer's acquaintance who was indeed expected.
Anything else?
Yes, I can't...
Nothing to worry about. It's simply a question of acquainting you with the more formal methods that will benefit our future work.
Were you acquainted with Mayella Violet Ewell? Yes, sir.
Be extremely valuable to you. He's a man who is very well acquainted with our laws.
It's good to make your acquaintance, Jacob. And I hope you get your bakery.
Oh, John, mostly. Old friends call me John. Acquaintances call me Scotty.
I shall call you Mr. Ferguson. Spend a couple of minutes together, you know, to get acquainted before we, before we get to it.
Come on, Billy. Come on, get over there and get acquainted around.
Before the frostbite sets in?
Oh, yes, I'm so looking forward to getting acquainted with the mother of my panda. You'll find me quite uncomplicated.
Isn't that illegal?
You're not acquainted with the full facts, Goodspeed.
With all due respect, sir,